Good morning. Yes, this is Miss Harper. I am back again, coming to you live, talking to you about the latest thing that's in the news here. Let me straighten my gown. Get in the room. Okay, now, I believe I was watching the news this morning, and the Goose Creek mother that got on the news this morning that said, look at my dirty socks, excuse me. They got on there and said, and she's a teacher herself, that when your child is in school, when her children are in school, she takes their phones and their devices, and they can't do anything else but strictly learn their education on the computer. Amen. Great example. Great example. Love it, love it, love it. So love it. Thank you, Goose Creek Mom. I forgot that they mentioned her name. I forgot her name. However, I follow on what she said because I'm 51. So when we were in school, when it was North Forest Independent School District, when we were in school, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have laptops. We didn't have tablets. We didn't have all those fancy things. We had the old rotary phones or the push dial phones, stuff like that. And if a parent wanted to check on their child, they had to come up to the school and check on their child. And then they were allowed to come down the hall in their child's room, peek through the window to see how the child was. And if the child misbehaved, then they tell that child come outside, and they dealt with the child out in the hallway. Now, how do I know that? Because I was one of those children. I'll never forget being in seventh grade in Mr. Drake's class, being in seventh grade, and I was cutting up with Mr. Drake because all the kids would kind of make fun of him. Okay. And I would tell him this and being smart with him. And then he said, I'm going to call your dad. And I said, okay, like that. So the next day, I wanted to cut up in Mr. Drake's class. And then Mr. Drake said, Tara, look over there. And I looked out the door, and my eyes got big as silver dollars. And it was my daddy standing there looking at me through the glass window of Mr. Drake's class, told me to come here. I said, oh, oh, oh. When my daddy look at me a certain way and he mad, or if he called me Nicole, he don't say Tara. Now, my birth name is Tara, but in my third year of nursing school, God changed that to Tara. It's a long story with that. So it's like Sarah and Sarah. It's a long testimony story with that. Okay, but I'll share that another time. But I still go by Tara. That's my birth name. That is my birth name. But anyway, when he calls me Nicole and when he gives me them looks like that, and I kind of look like my daddy, I'm just not chocolate like him, but I kind of look like my daddy. And I said, oh, 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 oh. And I go outside, and he took that belt off. What did I tell you? You don't cut up in school. La, 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 la. Now you take your tail back in the classroom. Shut up. Shut it up. Shut it up. I shut it up. And I sat there, and Mr. Drake said, now, see if you cut up again, and I'm going to call your father next time. And I never, ever, ever cut up again. Because anytime my daddy got to come off his good paying job to see about me, he gonna tear that up. He didn't play with none of us. Maybe Trina kind of got away with it because she'll cry before he even come. And he'll just with her. Because she and all right, that's enough. But with me in general, ta-ram, ta-ram, ta-ram. And that was it. And we didn't get whippings so often. Because when he did it, the chastisement, and a lot of y'all may say that's child abuse. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Mm-mm. That's discipline. That's old school discipline. And believe you me, we never been to jail. We never got into drugs. My dad and my mom kept guns in the house. We never touched the guns, although they showed us and taught us, in case somebody came in the house, but we never touched them. We never touched their money, their wallet. We were always set with rules and boundaries of our house. We didn't just up and leave our house when we want to. We didn't back talk. I think I back talked and slammed the door once, and my mama came in and tore that up. Once she came in and tore that up, I didn't slam doors no more. But anyway, I'm just telling off on myself, but that's all right. That's how preachers do. We have to learn first to help you learn too. So anyway, I wasn't a bad kid, but I had my moments. Just like any other kid, they had their moments. But my parents believed in discipline. My mother believed in structure. My dad was disciplined. My mother was structured. They worked together hand in hand. And it worked, and we turned out fine. Brother is a retired Harris County deputy sheriff. He's going on to another professional level now. My sister is a banker, a branch manager, and I'm a professor. So discipline is good for your children. Children love discipline, however that may be. Now, discipline ain't whipping them with the belt or the switch like we used to get. But if it works in your house, but however you need to handle that, that's my opinion. That's my professional opinion. Okay. However, children love structure. Why do they love discipline and structure? It's because they know they have your constant attention, and that you're keeping an eye on them. That's love. That's love. Love is not buying them devices and tablets and Xboxes and Wii's and whatever, all these electronic playthings that y'all buy kids. As you can tell, I don't have any children. I have godchildren and I have nieces and nephews. Love them to life. Love my freedom. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Me and my husband both love it. We'll help you with your kids, and then we give them back. Yeah. We don't want to keep your children. We believe in giving your kids back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But kids love discipline. And there's nothing wrong with keeping your eyes. Again, discipline your kids. Talk to your kids. When we were kids, my mother, again, good old backwoods Louisiana girl, country girl, lived on a farm, crossed the dump, round the hill this way, and up the hill to Granny's house. They had a farm, they had a garden. It was just good old country. Okay. They had a outhouse. They didn't have indoor plumbing. We had an outhouse. Okay, I ain't ashamed of that. I don't forget where my mother came from, where I come from with her, and we got a chance to experience her life. It makes us appreciate what God has blessed us with. I know she appreciates it because she just like, that ain't for me no more. I get that, but I don't know. I'm born in Houston, Texas, city girl, but I'm a country girl at heart. I love the country. When I say I love the country, I love the country. It's so quiet. Oh my God, you can hear the wind. But anyway, I'm gonna go there. But my point is, children love discipline. Talk to your kids. When we were young, my mother used to tell my dad, you don't have to fuss so much. Just talk to them. Have conversations with them. It's like I told you the other day. Especially with the high school kids, and you can try it with middle school, and you can even try it with elementary school. And we would have our Oprah Winfrey moments. We would have that, and when we had our own Oprah Winfrey moments, we would have we called it rap sessions at the time because Oprah Winfrey wasn't on the scene then. Well, I was very little. We had rap sessions, and every Sunday was rap session after church. After dinner, It was at 5 o'clock, but we had to end it at 6 because Daddy believed in watching his 60 Minutes, and he was not going to be late watching his 60-minute news. And we sat there and watched the news with him. My mother would give us the Parade magazine that come in the Sunday newspaper. She would give us all kind of articles. She always had us reading. That's why I love reading and researching and teaching. We love reading in our family. We were always readers. And I want to say thank you, Mom, for being that structure in our life and that discipline. She disciplined us. She didn't like to. But when she told our daddy, she didn't have to say much. She just, I'm just going to tell your dad. And she told him, and that was it, baby. He was coming down the hall. Ching, 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 ching. You can hear that bell. That's it. So, good cop, bad cop. That's how parents are. Good cop, bad cop. She was a good cop. He was a bad cop. He didn't care. But it was good that they were mentally like that in a way of seeing the best for us. It wasn't that they were cold-hearted, cold parents. They wanted the best for us because they went out there and worked hard. My mother sacrificed. She wanted to work, but my dad said no. So she did what teachers would do after school. She kept it going. She didn't make it all, it's the teacher. That's what we paying our tax money for. It's the teacher. Y'all supposed to. No, ma'am. Anything that they teach in school, you need to enforce it at home. If the teacher takes up the telephones, you need to take the phones up too. Doggone it, I love that mama out of Goose Creek. I wish I could reach out and give her a virtual hug. Here you go. Thank you. I've been preaching this for a long time. Somebody's listening. So we had rap sessions. So during the rap sessions for 1 hour, each child had an opportunity to tell what they liked about what happened this week with Mom and Dad, or what we went through, or maybe something we went through at school, and what we did not like, or what we liked and what we didn't like. And then my dad would learn how to sit there and he would listen. He said, okay. And then he would say, so how do y'all think we should change that? Now, we would give him our best opinions on how we should change that or be better on that. But then he would say, I got to talk to your mom about that. Me and your mama got to talk about that. And we hear you, but if we don't change it, sorry, you just got to keep going. It's our house, our rules. One king, one queen. That was his thing. One king, one queen. He'll tell you, I'm the king, she the queen. There is no other in this house. He'll tell you that. When he was firm about his house, Daddy was firm. When he was strict about us, we couldn't go out there and play with everybody in the neighborhood. I mean, he'll let us play, but we had to come home before dark. He didn't let us do that all night stuff like these kids do. Oh no. If he has to come looking for you, you already know, baby, it's over like Rover when you get in the house. It's over like Rover. And we had chores. We weren't lazy kids. We had chores. And if you didn't do your dishes, when you knew your turn, Trina kind of got away with it. I love you, Trina, but you were the baby. You were Daddy's pet when it came to that stuff. But me in general, oh man, you didn't do those dishes that night? Believe you me, he got you up. He came and stripped them sheets off the bed 4 a.m. You gonna get up and do them dishes before you go to school. And that we did. We did the dishes, and he was all leeway with the fussing until he went to work. Then he came home peaceful. So he had rights and privileges to fuss. Now, like I said, there's a time to fuss. There's a time to cut it off. Like my mama said, say what you mean and mean what you say, and that's it. That's enough. And we knew better. So after we make those 1 or 2 mistakes, we already know. You might as well go and suffer and die. Do the dishes. I know it's 8 o'clock and you want to watch your favorite show, but you might as well go and suffer the body and just do the dishes. Because if you don't, you got to wake up earlier out your sleep. And when he come wake you up, it ain't going to be pretty. So go on, do the dishes now. And that's what we did. Parents, talk to your kids. Have conversations, create conversation, and it ain't always got to be about birds and bees and sex. Well, you know what y'all think about COVID? What you think about this? What you think about school these days? Well, what do you think you need help from me as mom? What do you think you need help from me as dad to help y'all learn this a little bit better? And the kids may say, I don't know. Okay, well, kind of jog their mind. Do you want me to sit there with you? Do you want me to go? Don't do their homework for them. That's a grave injustice. Do you want me to do this with you? Do you want me to help rehearse this? I can only talk to the teacher, but I got to work with you first. I'm not going to tell her to go easy on you. She's doing her job. I got to help her job here at home with you. See, parents, trying to help you, trying to help you, trying to help you. And take full responsibility. Again, parents, I can't say it enough. And you know what? It's an uncanny way how this COVID is teaching us a lesson. You know how it's teaching us a lesson? We don't spend enough time with our children. You don't. You don't. You don't spend enough time with your children. You don't spend enough time with your spouse. If your child telling you or has not been telling you, somebody been picking on them or cyberbullying them, and that's because you don't check in. You always checking out. Ooh, I check out at work. When I get home, I'm going to feed y'all. Did you do your homework? Okay. All right. Go to bed. All right. Mine's going to bed too. I'm going to have me some Jesus juice while I'm at it. Oh, yeah. Let me put a little sugar in that Jesus juice. Oh, and y'all know what I mean by Jesus juice. Mm-hmm. That Concord grape that y'all buy out the liquor store. Don't fool me. Y'all have it at communion. Okay. So, and when the child goes to sleep, you checking out the child laying in the bed suffering because mama didn't ask, how was his day? Mama don't avail herself. And don't just ask the child, say, it was good. No, give them a moment. Because they still trying to process in their mind. Can I tell her? Can I really trust my mom? Give them a safe space to tell you stuff. Even though mom and dad, you may not like it. And don't be quick. Well, doggone it. No. Like I do my husband. I told y'all how I do my husband. When he tell me stuff, I give him a safe space. And he tells me, baby. I said, baby, how was your work today? It was this, and then this happened. And I go, oh, okay. Really, baby? And how did that make you feel? Woo! But it's the truth. Sometimes you have to ask them, how did that make you feel? And it's not I'm making humor about it right now, but it's the truth. You ask them and be serious about how that made that child feel. Get them to identify their feelings and voice out to you their feelings. That's what my mother did. We had an opportunity to voice our feelings. Now she may say, okay, well, I understand you felt like that, but I didn't like you doing it. And you know better. She quick to say that. You know better. But always give them a safe space to tell you stuff. That's why oh girl, the devil is a lie. He mad. That's all right. I'm gonna keep preaching. That's why what I wanted to say, sweetie. Lost my train of thought. Children just love to talk. They want to talk. They want to tell you what's on their heart. They want to tell you what's on their heart. But you parents, you got to give them a safe space to let them tell you what's on their heart. And you may not always like it. And it's okay. That's why, that's what I was saying. It cuts down on invasion of privacy on children. And I ain't talking about peeping in and it's your house and you paying the bill. I'm talking about invasion of touching stuff on children that shouldn't be touched. And all back down there shouldn't be touched. When a child tells you something like that, believe them and make them feel, and then make them feel like you believe them, even if you have to go check it out to make sure that it's true. Now, believe them, as I say that, but then also investigate and pray. Here we go again. I can't say it enough. Oh my God. Pray and ask the Lord to reveal to you the truth. Because very slim. Very, very slim. Children will make up stuff if they angry at a parent or angry at an adult. Be careful of that. It's a double-edged sword. But if a child tells you, please believe them. I'm going to side with caution on that. Please believe them and investigate it. And if you feel suspicious or whatever, tell, my child not coming, we got other plans or whatever, and mosey right along. And then do whatever process that the Lord calls you to do, or the law of the land calls you to do. That's all what I'm saying. But yes, that Goose Creek mom, and I'm a firm believer of that. I had a student who I had to tell him put that phone down, because I could tell through his glasses he was looking at his phone. And they always got the screen flipped up. Well, the teacher can't see their face. Now, I need to see your face. I need to see your face. You need to convince me that you learning. And if you ain't learning, something wrong. Something is definitely wrong. And we can only reach so far with the camera. We can only reach so far with the camera. Look at this. The devil is a lie. I'm going to continue preaching. You're not going to stop me. We can only reach so far. And the best part about teaching, we ain't got to keep running out to the principal's office. We ain't got to keep running out to the principal's office. We just going to deal with your parents, going to be the principal, the assistant principal, and wherever else they need to be. Retention room, they're going to be all that. I'm glad we're in such a time as this. And I think online learning is the biggest thing that's going to continue. I don't think it's going to stop. I think we're just being mortified of the fact of what's going on health-wise. But it's the wave of the future. It's coming. It's coming bigger than we thought. So I'm telling you, parents, you need to get a hold of this. And if you can't be there when your child learning, most parents that I talk to a lot, most of my clients' parents, they have cameras in their house, and they could just watch and monitor what their child doing all the time. And you need to have speakers where you can speak to that child. What are you doing? And how come you're not at the computer? You think because I'm not there, I don't see you? Oh, I see you. And you better not touch my camera. Oh, we're going to deal with that. Oh, we're going to deal with that. See, I'm one of them kind of parents. I ain't going to give you foot or room to do nothing. You're going to do exactly what I say. Or what we say. You're going to do exactly what we say. Why? I believe in discipline. And I believe in structure. Okay, that's enough for me. So you parents, putting it on you. 4 fingers ain't coming back. Let me put it all 5 on you. I'm putting it on you, parents. It's all on you now. It is showing. So all those phone calls and text messages you used to get, and them emails you used to get, you ain't getting that no more. You may be getting it for other stuff because computer ain't working or whatever, the software crashing or whatever. That's fine. Those are whole different problems. Those are good problems. That lets the teacher, the school know that you trying to help your child. That's good. Now continue to help your child and continue to be the parent and the assistant principal. Because you know what? Teachers got tired. Principals got tired. Be honest. Principals got tired. Assistant principals get tired. The counselors get tired of talking. I mean, so it's on you now. Y'all getting a taste of what y'all produce. That fruit, I told you, that fruit. Is it bitter or is it sweet? And if it's bitter, you need to ripen it. You need to do some things to ripen that fruit. Because it's on you, parents. It's on you. Take responsibility. I can't say it enough. And if you find out, well, I thought my child was good, and I thought my child knew, and I thought, no, baby. Look, report cards, if a good teacher, good bona fide, no, let me not say that. If it was a teacher that truly cared in some kind of way, sometimes they get exhausted. And let me say this with parents with ADD kids and ADHD. And I love my 504 kids. I love them. I specialize in that. Love them. But you have to work with me. They need to take their medication every day on time. If they're not taking their medication every day on time, it's hard for me to teach them. And if you're not giving it to them at home, then you know why you having problems. Why? Because you, the parent, are not giving your kids their medication every day on time. You can't miss a day with that. You're doing their body a disservice when you miss a day. They're supposed to be weaned off, not just cold turkey off. Because when they cold turkey off, then you putting their body in shock. Stop doing that. You either going to, I don't know what now, if you don't like the medicine because they say they don't like how it makes them feel, I get that. Then work on some other ways to help them stay focused. But remember, they're with you. So when you got the discipline, you got to work with that. But when they come to school, it's only so much a teacher can do, and they can't entertain your one child when it's a 1-15 ratio or a 1-25 ratio classroom to student. That means she got 25 kids to deal with. She don't have time to deal with your one 8 hours a day. That's exhausting. That's exhausting. So help us help with your child. Help us teachers help with your child. Give your kids, if they're supposed to be on it, please give your kids their medicine on time every day. That helps us, and it helps them to be successful people. Now, when they, in my opinion, when they get 18 and they finish with high school, if you want to wean them off, not cold turkey, take them off. I said wean them off. When you want to wean them off, then they through with high school. You successfully got them graduated. They didn't drop out. Amen. Hallelujah. They had their little party and they getting their jitterbug on. Okay. Now they going to college. College is a whole nother level. And professors are not always compassionate. They're a whole different mindset. It's not public school no more. It's an educational choice. It's not a demand anymore. It's not under the law that you got to go to college. It's an option. Public school is the law. College, university is a choice. So if you want to wean them off when they get to the college, university, that's on you. But if you the one paying that big ticket, so if I were you and they going to the college or the university, I would keep them on that until they graduate. And once they graduate college, you can, again, wean them off. Now, how they going to make it on the career job and in social life, that's on them. And that still falls on you, mama. Why? Because you're the root of it all. It's not your fault your child was born that way. It's just whatever you teach your child, you should raise your children ready for the world, not just for yourself. You don't raise your children just, well, they're going to take care of mama and they're going to take care of daddy and whatever. But what happens if God calls you home and they just sit there, oh no. They don't know what to do. And folks going to only help them for so long and so much. And it's rare you get some people that's going to dedicate to help them. Prepare your children for the world. Prepare your children. I can't say enough. With the Bible. With Bible study. Yeah, I know my Bible's ragged. I don't care. Prepare them so that in case mama is sick or daddy is down or they got to go somewhere in emergency and you leaving them there at home for a few days or a week and they of age, then they know how to protect themselves and talk to your kids. My parents did it with us. we knew how to protect ourselves. We knew how to call our parents or where they were. And they didn't just go out on dates. They told us where they were going. And they left the phone number of where they were going. The yellow pages. We had that. We didn't have Google. We had the yellow pages. If they went to a certain restaurant, they gave us the phone number, and and if we needed, we called the restaurant, and they would come to the phone and they come home. But we rarely ever had to do that. But to me, my parents did a phenomenal job. They did a phenomenal job. I wish it was a book. Oh, maybe me and my sister would do that, and my brother. But talk to your kids. Give your kids their medicine. Please give them their medicine. Don't do them a grave injustice. Well, it's embarrassing. I mean, some things, yes, you could kind of help with the self-esteem things on some things that may hurt them. But you got to help them learn how to deal with that, because in everyday life, they're not going to have that luxury of being guarded and protected, and everybody's going to make ways for them because they feel like that. Sometimes that may work, but not all the time. You got to learn, you got to teach them how to maneuver through life with that. You got to talk them how to process that and how to deal with it. If they don't feel good, they got a cold and a sniffle, baby, we still gonna do some classwork today. Yes. You know why? Because when you have to go out there and go to work and you get them sniffles, and take you some vitamin C, take you some orange juice, take you some soup, and still go to work. Now, if you just flu, body aching, and you spreading germs, then you stay home. But my parents raised us old school. You go to school, sit, and you let your supervisor see that and let them send you home. And then they believe that you're sick. That you're really sick. I was always, I think I won a lot of awards for being in school every day. I never liked to miss school. Never. And I'm one of those old school. I would bring my NyQuil, my medicine, everything with me at work. And if my supervisor or my manager sees that I'm too sick to perform, they send me home. And sometimes it makes it easier for me to call in the next day and say, I'm still not feeling good. I'm feeling worse. Then they already know what's up. I just have to come back with a doctor's excuse. So I can't say it enough. Goose Creek Mom, my hat's off to you, ma'am. My hat's off to you. Okay. All right. And if y'all like this video and any other videos that I've done, please like and subscribe. All right. Love y'all to life. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.